the tip. Derek Coleman tries to get by Anthony, and Anthony lost it out of bounds.
And a little toe dance by Daryl Garrison showing his dexterity. A little bit of a chest up defensively by Anthony.
And Derek thought that should not have been a no call, and so did Chuck Daly. Inbounds, Kevin Edwards open, puts it home. Nets jump out in front. Kevin Edwards with a jumper. This is Greg Anthony. Anthony in the backcourt with Starks knocked away. And out of bounds, it's going to be net ball.
Great job.
Hands by Kevin.
I was just thinking as Starks made his move, Kevin Edwards has to keep him down because Starks can get this club excited.
Anderson against Anthony.
They really challenge the dribbler. As Kenny comes off, they'll double up, and the job he does stringing it out is key.
Kevin fires. That's for two, way off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Patrick Ewing. Anthony to Charles Smith. Patrick, that's his shot.
That's the shot we were just talking about.
Derek with the rebound. Great outlet. Is he going to be able to come up with it? No. Taken away by Starks. Starks for the Knickerbocker.
A lot of choices here.
And he finds Oakley open.
Made the right one, huh?
Yep. Oakley goes home and tied it two. Just underway here at the Meadowlands. A little more than a minute into the first quarter. Spencer Ross and Bill Raftery with you. And we're even at a deuce.
And Oakley calling out to play a little staggered double for Edwards.
Kevin floating through, counted and one.
Is he alive? And Chuck a little upset at some of the
non-call
punishment being dealt out on the dribbler. But how about Kevin? Looking like a shooting guard, huh? The first two jumpers, and this one, well, if they're going to attack you outside. Really smooth touch.
Kevin looking for his fifth point, way off the mark. The adrenaline kind of flowing very rapidly through Kevin Edwards. You can feel it. Oh, Smith in good position. Oh, missed the trip. On the rebound, Kenny Anderson saves it for the Nets. Nice play. Kenny bounces off. Oh, no foul call.
Same play Anthony did to Coleman earlier. Nice little use of the bounce by the kid.
6-2 lead for the Nets. Here is Starks. Challenged beautifully by Benoit. Knocked away. Morris goes for it. Saves it to Kenny Anderson. Good hustle. Numbers on the run. Here comes the kid to Coleman. Underneath to Edwards. Foul gone up. Charles Smith will pick it up. Now they give it to Patrick.
That was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was right.
Charles trying to get it, but the push much better at finding opportunity fast breaks right now. But Chuck's not one of those help end for election, push it up the floor guys. You see Kenny with the spin on that one. But the next particular play, a good look off the jump shot by DC.
So Herb Williams is coming to the lineup. Second foul already on Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, it's tough to play.
2 fouls.
Well, they're going to save him. No, he'll get his minutes. Patrick getting about 38 a game. We'll see how many he gets this evening, but a good opportunity for the Nets, although Williams has provided excellent backup center position.
So Williams goes to the middle now. Here's Anthony trying to drive on Kenny. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll still be Knickerbocker ball. 9:56 left first quarter. Nets have jumped down to a 8-2 lead here in the early going. All alone is Herb Williams. Pretty inbounds play.
Communication, huh? And sometimes you do have to switch. Can't just let the guy undetected to the hole.
8-4, Nets by 4. Edwards finds the big guy, then tries to go up. He's fouled by Oakley. A shooting foul. Should be a shooting foul.
He was making that move to the goal.
Daryl Garrison says yes, shooting foul.
Well, nice little turn, and right there you can see once you make your move to the goal, and he makes the rolls too.
Don't argue with him. Big Ben shooting two. Off the mark with the first one. A 69% free throw shooter this year. Third meeting of the season between these teams. And 1 of 2 for Benjamin. And the Nets off to a nice start. 9-4 lead, 9:35 left first quarter. This is Anthony.
And look at this defense. A good chug by Edwards.
Lost the ball. Yeah, he did. Layup. Here's Kenny. Has Edwards on the right. Gives it to Edwards. And it goes.
He got that up on the underarm.
Yeah.
Nice dish by the kid, though.
8 points for Edwards. Pat Riley wants timeout. Timeout call by the Knicks. The crowd responds on the Modell scoreboard, an 11-4 lead.
Welcome to three-point land.
3-point land? I'm a power player. I gotta get home to the low post.
You'll need these.
They're magical shoes from Converse with React Juice. They'll take you anywhere you want to go.
No one will be able to stop you. There's no place like home.
I'm looking for Ray Finkel and a clean pair of shorts.
A is for action. C is for crime fighter. E is for excitement.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, there's a new way to spell hero.
Don't kill me.
Jim Carrey is Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Rated PG-13. Now playing at a theater near you.
Everyone's having a President's Day sale.
That's the truth.
That's my line.
Ah, but only the Tri-State Quality Ford dealers have 5 of the top 10 sales leaders in America.
Look, there goes one now.
Ford Escort, always a favorite among the people, always thousands less than the imports. Now lease one for $179 a month for 24 months, with $1,220 down.
Bully, $179 a month? Is that price etched in stone?
See your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer and see for yourself.
Good start here for the New Jersey Nets, who lead the Knickerbockers 11-4. Right now, let's check out the NBA leaders, brought to you by your Tri-State GMC truck deals. We're looking at the 20-10 club. And 2 of the members in action tonight. Ewing, 25 points, more than 10 rebounds, and Derek Coleman, nearly 21 points, more than 11.5 rebounds in that 20-10 club. Good start shooting-wise for the Nets. Here is Herb Williams. Funny game, this game. The big guy goes and sits down with 2 quick fouls. You say, hey, but this is the NBA. Herb Williams comes off the bench, hits 2 quick hoops.
Solid. He's done it all year for them.
11-6. Anthony Bonner out of the lineup tonight. Mo for 3 from way downtown. Rebound pulled down by Oakley. Here's Anthony.
Boy, he's taking advantage of the size in there. Nice help. You mentioned while we were at commercial about Starks and Edwards. Kevin playing at a different level and possibly the All-Star. Thinking, hey, bring the most out in me, as he has played beautiful basketball early on John Starks.
There is definitely, in this league, perhaps more than any other game, the fastest gun in the West type thing. The battle guy. The big guy.
Nice cut. Good recognition. That's what this club does very well. Knickerbockers see and do deliver.
11-8. Knicks have scored the last 4. Here's Kenny Anderson stopping it.
Anthony, he got lost on the little staggered double, and Chuck does that. Lets him run the shooting guard plays.
13-8. That's by 5. So pushing underneath. Chris Morris is going to pick up the foul on the hold against Charles Smith.
Number 2. Back to back. Well, you've got to fight for your salvation down on the box, and you can see Chris, the earlier chug, and then the recoil.
Anthony. Rebound pulled down by T.J. Brown. Still took part in that rookie All-Star game. This ball played for the big guys. There he goes, and block. Rebound. Benjamin puts it home.
Nice job. The recognition, too, the slide by as the block occurred.
15-8. Here, Herb Williams, really good position. Backing up against Benjamin. And when you start your posting up in the lane already, and you're in the NBA, you got a big edge.
Well, duck in. I mean, that's what they teach guys, and you've got to be on top of the duck in, force them out, and you can put the leg in the derriere and extricate.
Nice move. Dish to Herb Williams.
Letting the pass in is the problem. Speaking of that 3-second area.
Herb Williams with 6 quick points here in this first quarter and a 15-10 lead. Now they're just going to be a game.
Oh, oh my goodness, they got the slap away from Kenny and Anthony. And Greg not too happy. His senatorial response. And someday you will be reading about him.
You think so, huh?
I think so. Aspirations. Of course, now he's got to decide where he wants to do it, whether Nevada or here.
You better hit a few more baskets before he starts thinking of running.
Well, Nevada, he'll do it. Ooh. You know what's amazing about this player?
Lost a few votes right there, I'll tell you that.
I saw him in Maui as a baby, and he is a terrific basketball player who has never gotten his legs in New York, and I think most of it is the mental outlook. You don't have the confidence, you don't perform.
When you watch him, Bill, you know, and the great shooters, you can't think and shoot, and it's so obvious he's thinking, he's shooting, and that's one aspect of the game. You got to have it all together before you go out there. Here's Kenny with a pretty move.
Like Kenny getting into a little taunting war. I'd prefer they both just play.
Yeah.
I mean, let it all hang out.
17-10, Nets by 7. Here's Starks. Dumps it off to Charles Smith. Already tipped by Oakley. Had possession and put it home. All the field goal.
All that rotation, Spencer, that's the disadvantage. I mean, you may miss the shot, but people can sneak in and tip.
Nets with a 17-12 lead here in the early going. Edwards with the bobble. Now we're going to get the foul on Starks, the push. 4th team foul on the Knicks.
Now this is the kind of play here, the tip in that rotation causes. And when we came back live, Starks, he will do that. I mean, that is not a good foul for him. He didn't have to do it. I mean, it was one of those plays. Edwards may have not gotten the basketball anyhow. He's not going to score from the sideline.
Anderson against Anthony. High speed. DC puts it home.
They better come early and big on DC. I don't think one guy can contain him.
Oakley fronted him nicely, and then a pretty pass. And Coleman with his first field goal. The Nets again by 7.
Talking to Chuck Daly, he's the one team that he says plays great defense. He loves the way they guard.
Stocks with a nice move through the lane and against the wall for his first 2. And it's 19-14. Here's Anderson back.
Nice job containing by Herb Williams.
Coleman against Oakley. They got Eagle D. It's on Charles Smith and Oakley and Coleman.
Well, they were just arguing over what the other left for a tip when they were dining at the All-Star game. You should have given more. Well, 2 big bodies, and Oak is all business on the defensive end. He will not give any ground.
2 pretty tough guys.
Yep. And that tells you something right now. The backcourt on fire is.
Anthony picks up the foul.
Anthony's struggling to contain it. Matty Lockton was down by the Knickerbocker bench and was saying that he wanted Anthony to body up and then release so that Kenny couldn't get the spin dribble. And here you can see the legs never got in position to contain.
So with the Knicks over the limit and very early with 5:31 remaining, Anderson shooting 2. And that's from the free throw line. Now but 3 of 6. They're 8 of 11 from the floor. A chance to increase their lead now to 6. 7 points for Anderson. 5:29 left first quarter.
A lot of fresh legs, too.
Yeah,
Don't they look the respirator, the break at the All-Star period.
Anthony. Puts it home. It's a 3-pointer for Greg Anthony, his first basket of the night.
Better deep than he is in that medium range. He should spend this summer working on a pull-up jumper. I mean, Starks has made himself, you know, even though he's struggling with his shooting, a legitimate offensive threat.
Nice Coleman for a nice snap. Oakley with a foul.
Boy, a lot of Ed Oakley and Coleman are doing more than freedom of speech. I think the officials will be saying something shortly, but this is one of those continuation and ones. A few inches come in handy to step through the friendly kiss. day away from Valentine's Day. Nice looking smooch.
And here's Coleman completing the three-point play. Anthony Mason's going to come into the lineup to replace Charles Oakley. He has picked up his second foul. He's in foul trouble here early. Kevin Edwards picks this one. Anthony Mason will come back into the Knickerbocker lineup. They got a technical foul. It is on Oakley.
You got it. And that was going to happen eventually. No need for it, really. He's mad at Coleman. Why take it out on the officials?
So DC to shoot the tee.
Going to the bench, no less.
And Coleman puts it home, a 6-point. And the Nets with a 7-point lead. Fire and intensity, Darryl Garrison. And Oakley going at it now.
No neighborhood rivalry, huh? This is
just a walk around
just
the park.
a little get-together. I'll meet you at Central Park, guys.
This ain't no tea party, guys. 4:45 left first quarter. The Nets with a 7-point lead. Here's Starks. He was fouled.
I don't know if they give it to Kevin Edwards or not.
Kevin, it's a second. Yep, they did. Kevin has picked up a second.
The use of the bounce. Starks, rather explosive. And Kevin trailing here as he never gets in position. Good assistance by BB, who could have gotten the foul as well. But the Nets feisty and helping one another on that defensive end.
John Starks with his 3rd point of the night. So Kevin Edwards, hot start, sits down, though. Replaced by Johnny Newman. Edwards 3 of 4 from the floor, a total of 8 points, a couple of assists, but 2 personal fouls. You'll see the numbers on Starks you alluded to. 41% field goal. He, at this point in his career, is a scorer. A great shooter.
Well, when he took less shots, he was a better scorer, better shooter.
Yeah.
Now you're right. He's looking maybe to light it up frequently, and that has hurt him. But he can be explosive. They got to come quicker.
Coleman off the mark. Rebound, Herb Williams gives it out over to Greg Anthony. Starks. It's his shot. Off the mark. Rebound, Big Ben. Hands to Anderson.
Nice job by Newman because Smith had leaked out.
Johnny Newman up against his former team. Coleman. Newman. Tough shot.
Off the dribble. Off the dribble for a 3, you're in trouble.
Anthony throws to Starks. Great play by PJ. Keeps it in play. Nice grab by Anderson. That's on the run.
Heads
Penny
always
stops
up.
and pops. And on the rebound, Mason gets back out over to Starks.
But PJ can play the little guy, too.
Yeah.
Did you see him there, Starks? Nice little play. Stagger, then bang. He's looking to explode by.
Now Starks wants to take him one-on-one. He's forced to fire a bomb. Coleman with the rebound. He
A
stayed
big
with him.
reach by PJ. I mean, he is a terrific performer on the deep. Plays a lot of guys at a lot of positions.
And we saw in the game against Seattle with the final seconds, he was on Ricky Pierce and helped win a ball game for the Nets. Coleman, foul will go against Charles Smith.
They got a legal D on Anthony.
It'll be a technical. Benoit Benjamin's going to sit down. Jason Williams in. John Starks will sit down. And Hubert Davis just activated today in the lineup.
Oh, you can see the sneak down. Anthony they got, not in the proper zone. So we're going to see some good basketball when the spirits calm down. Both clubs. Forget about the Hatfields.
Emotional intensity. Big time. Teams will meet again at the Garden on March 3rd and back here on April 10th.
Chuck feels they go after you defensively. That's what he's trying to get his team to do, and thus far, he's been successful.
Coleman. Anderson. DC, that's for 2. And Johnny Newman missed the easy one. Jason Wood to P.J. Brown. Blocked by Herb Williams. We're going to foul.
In the house, huh? Right now, things flowing for the Nets. Much more tenacious on the glass. PJ up big.
And on the Modell scoreboard, a 7-point net lead.
New Jersey Nets basketball is brought to you in part by Continental. Fly for peanuts, only with Continental Airlines peanut fares.
Those boys from Continental Airlines have gone completely off. First they come around.
Not an aftershave.
Back here at the Meadowlands, let's take a look at our Nestle Sweet Move. And right here, it happens early. The feed inside over Oakley to Derek Coleman. How sweet it is by Big DC. Our Nestle Sweet Move. And a great start for the Nets, who lead the Knickerbockers 25-18. We talked about defensively, the Knicks, a team that gives up 91 points a game. With 2:49 left in this first quarter, the Nets already with 25. First two games this season, the Nets win 85-81. Second game, 97-95. So nobody's broken 100 in this series yet.
Both guys make sure, right, defensively, that you know your assignments, help one another. I think the dilemma for the Knicks is how to play Coleman right now.
Yeah.
You must give him big looks. You got to get him mad if you're an opponent. By that, he wants to be able to bounce and make his move. If you give him the big early look, then he's got to make some decisions. And if the Nets will get some open shots, if they knock him down, then Derek will free himself.
P.J. Brown off the bench with his first two, and the Nets with their biggest lead of the night. 9 points, 27-18. They have Anthony, Mason, Williams, Smith, and Hubert Davis. Bang the hoop.
They said he's run every step in the league. And that's how conscientious he was about his rehab.
The youngster averaging over 12 points a ball game in 22 games this year. Anderson finds Jason going to the hoop. He's fouled. Mason will pick it up.
Now there's a heck of a pass, a confident pass by a guy who knows how to play this game. I mean, Ken, there wasn't much room. Nice open and presentation by Jason Williams.
We're talking about two blocks of granite matching up against each other. Now, Jason Williams against Anthony Mason. It's like iron hitting iron, particularly where Jason has bulked himself up. And Mason was born bulked up,
I think he came into this world needing a lot of space.
1 of 2 for Jason. And the Nets lead it by 8, 28-20.
Maybe it's calmed down. They'll play some hoops now. Very aggressive.
Smith, good change away. Nice defensive lead, as you said, Bill.
BJ is tough. I mean, plays big or little. Equally adroit.
Under 2 minutes left first quarter. Anderson stops and pops and hits. 9 points for the kid, and the Nets lead it by 10.
I'd say he wants to play a little bit. I mean, he's hopping back on defense. Make a little hold on the cut. I don't think give it to Newman.
They do.
Yeah, Davis.
10-3 run for the Nets to take this 30-20 lead.
Now, Hubert, kind of a guy, you don't give him much room. You love to get out of the gate. That's the way both teams are reacting. Hey, let's get started this second half and get out of here with a win if you're the Knicks. And the Nets, who are on a pretty good run the last couple of weeks, continue that trend.
Nets will go to Hartford to take on the Celtics on Thursday night. And then Friday night, they're in Baltimore at the old Civic Center.
We got the CBA circuit.
That's right. Hartford and the Bullets. The Baltimore Bullets.
Amtrak.
Yeah. That was nice. You know, Chuck Daly named the Hall of Fame. And Buddy Jeanette, I guess he might have been the first player coach for the then Baltimore Bullets back years ago, also named to the Hall of Fame.
And that's what I've read. That's what you probably announced the games when Buddy was there.
I saw Buddy Jeanette both of them start, so she saved him.
See, he doesn't make the shot, but they let them play alone. That could be a mistake.
It's leading by 8. Nice move. Anthony puts it home.
Nice little one-on-one clear from the top.
He has 5 points, and that lead is down to 6.
And he can rag a guy right back on Kenny Anderson.
And he got the step on him.
Little drop step. Nice job by Charles.
Jason with 7 on the 24 off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Hubert Davis with 52 seconds left in the first quarter.
Nets struggling a little bit now. Got to have a better deployment and also use their cuts a little bit better. Nice.
Smith, foul on Coleman.
Smitty, a little Big East contest. They've known one another for a while. And Coleman with nice foot movement. And maybe got the hands in there, but good anticipation on the defensive end.
Big Charles Smith to the line. Marvin Gilliam set to come into the net lineup. That's Coleman's first personal foul.
I think you'll agree, when they got Charles Smith, I thought they had something cooking. Yeah, I think that was a great addition. Talking to Ernie last year in Phoenix, and they made some nice acquisitions, and they're poised. They never get going on the offensive end, because they can stop people. They've got a tough little schedule, the Knicks, as well. Next few games, I guess they got the Bulls coming up, Seattle, then they go on a West Coast trip. But the Nets not the least bit concerned about that. Missed free throws, huh? Let's get ready to rumble.
I think the big key with the Knicks and how far they go, John Stark, you've got to get on a hot streak. The in and out game. PJ, nice move, got the shot off. Rebound Anthony. 22 seconds left in the quarter. The shot clock is off, and Anthony trapped. So the Nets will get the final shot of the quarter.
See, there, he's caught me trying to do what the coach wants and playing his game. You know, he's thinking it's early in the game, he was doing the right thing, but now you either pull it right away or go strong to the goal and find somebody. He got caught in the middle.
Knicks have scored the last 5 points. We're down to 8 seconds in the quarter. 30-25 Nets. Anderson forced to take it. And 11 for the kid. 2 seconds. Anthony, that looks good. But it is short.
How about Kenny contested right to the end? You don't give open looks.
Great quarter for the Nets, who lead it by 7 after 1.
Shop. Nemo.
Matchup live Wednesday at 9 on Sports Channel. This week, All-Stars Derek and Kenny lead the Nets against division foes. Thursday, they shoot it out to the Boston Celtics. Sunday, the Washington Bullets visit the Meadowlands. Nets basketball live this week, exclusively on Sports Channel.
7-point net lead after 1 quarter of play. The pitchers and the catchers are going to be reporting very shortly, and Fran Healy can tell us all about it as he talks to Matty Locklear.
You're right, Spencer. In fact, spring training begins tomorrow. Fran, you'll be involved in all the Mets broadcast scene here. Are you excited about the start of spring training?
I really are, Matt. We have 75 games here on Sports Channel. Plus, we have spring training reports, which begin early part of March. It's Sunday night, March 6th. We hope to have Joe McElvain talk about the next one. A lot of ifs on the ball club. If they can erase the ifs in a positive fashion, they could be in pretty good shape.
75 games live and exclusive here on Sports Channel. What about the new divisional alignments?
Well, it's going to be tough. For the Mets, it's going to be tough because of the Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves are an outstanding ball club. They lost again, but they got a lot of talent, and they're going to be tough all year.
Don't forget, 75 games here on Sports Channel, live and exclusive. Let's get back to Spencer.
Okay, and right here, the Nets with a 7-point lead after 1. And Charles Smith puts it up, and a rebound pulled down by Gilliam. Let's check the lineup. The Nets have Gilliam, P.J. Brown, Jason Williams, and in the backcourt, they remain with Johnny Newman and Kenny Anderson. Anderson's gone all the way. And Patrick Ewing back in the lineup.
And P.J. with a nice job as Kenny lets it slip on the kickback. Okay, they got a piece. Harper must have gotten a piece as he tried to get it back to Jason Williams. Again, the great defense by P.J. on Charles Smith, and then the hammer got the rebound. And Spence, you know there's only one thing better than a Nets win, and that's celebrated with an ice cold Budweiser, the king of beers.
3-point attempt. Johnny Newman, he barrels it. You mentioned Derek Harper in the lineup for the Knicks now, along with Anthony Mason, Patrick Ewing, Hubert Davis, and Charles Smith. This is Mason.
And they should use Patrick. Jason a little, and it come big. Tough shot.
Now the rebound pulled down by Jason. Nets lead by 10. 1 minute into the second quarter. Kenny for 3. push that one.
Oh, my
There
goodness.
you go.
Well, a little touch, huh?
There's a clanger and he got touch on. Oh, nice speed and great extension.
Sure was a great look by Hubert. If they test you, they're forwards. They leak out, and the guards are going to have to respond, and the Nets are going to have some difficulty identifying.
35-27. Nets lead it by 8. A minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Gilliam. Shoot Gilliam through the lane.
You like that name, huh?
He looks like a big train coming through.
Chuck loves to ISO for him. Generally going to the left, he's more successful, believe it or not, coming across the other way.
Smith. Well, Smith puts it home. A little bit of Tom Chambers look that time. Step back. Sickford, Chambers. 35-29.
Tom almost stepped back all the way, huh?
Yeah.
Thinking to leave it?
Nice.
Nice. That Ewing's the reason there's a turnover.
Eric Harper floats through the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound. PJ looking up. I don't know if that's going to get there. Nice play.
Nice save.
Charles Smith.
A little retribution, huh? As Newman sneaks out on Charles Smith, who's been doing a great job running the floor.
Charles Smith will leave the lineup. And Charles Oakley will come back in with 9:38 remaining. In this first half, the Nets lead it by 6. BJ just able to get it inbounds. Kevin Edwards set to come back in.
Can he go the distance thus far?
Newman posting up against the smaller Hubert Davis. Nice step through. It will not count. Before the shot on Hubert Davis. Derek Coleman back in and Kevin Edwards back in.
Not much room to get through. Johnny Newman able to slice through, and you've always got looming in the background, zoning up there. You saw Patrick challenging. Not easy to get an easy release.
35-29, Nets by 6. Chris Coleman trying to work on Mason. Gets it home. 9 points for DC. And the Nets again by 8 with 9:10 left in the first half.
And a tough match with Durek on Ewing, and they go to Mason. All testing the kid, who's a heck of a defender. I'd opt for Ewing.
Great rebound.
The first look that Smith got, the hammer was on him, not PJ.
Yeah.
Here's the blitz and the recovery.
Here's it to Coleman. Here's Gilliam. Good hammer with nice use of the left hand to put it home as Mason was trying to draw the foul and went down.
That's his favored side, and a good non-call as well. Tough pass there by Davis. I mean, Patrick did everything to keep it in play. You don't get easy looks in the post, but that one was awful tough to knock down.
Rex Waller's going to come in the line. It's interesting the way Chuck Daly has developed this youngster. Sitting, gets confidence, stayed up, keeps himself in shape. They get a foul right here against Harper. And the last couple of games, he's given the Nets
Cleveland. I mean, he was as shocked as everybody when he got in Cleveland. And yet he was ready to play. And Mike O'Koren had an interesting thing to say on the bus going back to the airport. He said, coaches let you decide your career. And that's what Chuck did. Let him get in, see what he could do. And he proved he deserves some minutes and gives Kenny a blow here.
Kevin Edwards buries the jumper. He's got 10 now. And the Nets again by their largest lead and a 20-second timeout here for the Knickerbockers as the Nets open up a 12-point lead at 41-29. Check out the Reback High School. Top 10, St. Raymond's ahead of Rice. A big win.
And Billy LaSalle, Billy Hebert sneaking up in there. There's everybody talking about Rice and go all the way down. Kenny's alma mater, Lincoln, home of the Alberts.
That's right. They got a great backcourt player, a kid named Stefan Marbury, who's going to be.
That's what they're already. And Jersey Irvington, this Essex County tournament, still alive. And Elizabeth knocked off St. Anthony's. And I always mention Greg Tynes, one of the Seton Hall greats, the coach of Clifford Scott. They're still alive in that Essex County tournament.
They rounded out the top 10.
Bergen County, your old stomping grounds. I bet you give a big donation there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I know. Do you pledge there as well?
Well, you got to cover all bases, baby. All bases.
This after the 22nd, they go right to Patrick.
Oakley, he was bothered by Gilliam. Great outlet by PJ to Walton.
He really uses his footwork beautifully. And Rex showed great patience, letting them settle in there.
You know, Bill, that outlet looked so easy, but it was such a beautiful pass by the rookie, and another great play about PJ. And a good catch. Great one, bounce to Gilliam, and it won't go, and Oakley has the rebound. The Nets by 14 on an 8-0 run for a 43-29 lead.
I'm so impressed with PJ's defense. Great denial in the post there. He didn't lead to a goal, but an easy trip.
Here's Davis.
Great steal by Rex.
Foul. And they got it on Rex.
Good anticipation. There's always going to be some bodies, but right here you've got a pinch if you're a defender, and you can see the Rook doesn't get much respect on that particular strip.
Chris Morris set to come back in.
Another tar here. We got to put up with O'Corn again.
That's right. He's a pretty good one, this kid, too. As many of them are. P.J. Brown's going to get a rust now. Really nice effort by P.J.
Solid.
4 rebounds, a couple of points, an assist.
We've noted before he's got a little bit of Rodman in him. The ability to rebound and defend. A lot more offense at this stage in his career, and it's going to improve, particularly this offseason when they get down to basics and learns how to stroke that jumper with some confidence.
Certain things he doesn't have that Dennis Rodman has.
The hairdo?
Yes, which a coach has to be thankful for. 43-31, the Nets lead it by 12.
There's the blitz and a nice give back. That's his range, too.
And Marvin puts it home.
If you're going to string it out, it's got a big area for the opponent to cover. Nice job moving it to half court by Rex Walters.
45-31, the Nets lead it by 14. Here's Mason. And the illegal D against the Nets. Was it Derek or Edwards? It's on Coleman. On the Modell scoreboard, we're going to get a timeout here.
Timeout, Nets.
A battle is raging in the Alaskan wilderness.
Or the recovery from either spot that has to occur. 15, 18 feet, the baseline, Mason in this case, and Patrick and or the guard, a long way to come, and Chuck vacates the back so there isn't that immediate support, and it'll be something that you may see an adjustment during halftime by Jeff Van Gundy, Dick Carter, and the well-clad Patrick Riley.
You saw that 2 for 7 number for the Knicks. That's the way they started the first quarter, shooting 2 of 7. Double up as Gilliam comes over. Starks, he'll fire for 3. Got that one. No rotation on the basketball at all. Knuckleballing through it. 45-31, the Nets by 14. It's 6:25 left in the first half.
Now you will see Chuck Gamble off of Starks if he doesn't stroke it. That, as you noted, no legs in that one.
What a rule by Kevin Edwards. He's got 12, and the Nets by 16. 47-31. Here's Patrick. That shot blocked by Coleman.
Patrick hasn't touched it in a while. He went automatically to his favorite little turnaround. Coleman.
And Patrick has the rebound. Gets it out over to Derek Harper.
Oh, great shot.
Kevin Edwards with a steal. Kevin's going to take it to the hoop and lay it home.
Great balance against the fast break. That's what set that up. They have grown in their ability to defend in the open court.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, the New Jersey Girls.
You
can never be fast enough in this business, and timing is everything.
Liz Claiborne's been a customer of NCI since 1987.
Last year, we had over 8 million calls throughout the world. We produce merchandise in over 50 countries, Far East,
Hong Kong, Korea, the Netherlands,
Latin America, Europe, international.
Starks floating, can't put it home. On the rebound, pulled down by Oakley. 49-31, the Nets by 18.
There's a good chance to switch back, and they finally do. Communication.
Anthony Starks, drive on Walters, gets to Packard, and that's his shot, and it's off the mark again. And Rex Walters with a nice rebound.
The Knicks are not into their game at all. That's the best shot they can get.
Here's Kevin putting it home. 16-2 run for the Nets. They lead it by 20. 51-31.
Look at the hands again by Edwards. Saying landed on the line. But Rex Walters has made a solid contribution to enable Chuck to rest Kenny Anderson. In that particular play, that's the third time Kevin's come up clean with an interception.
It was a funny little exchange between him and Darryl Garretson as Kevin argued, and Darryl just kind of smiled at him.
They got an offense on Starks. He had his arm right around Rex Walters, and that's the kind of stuff he doesn't need. He had his left arm curled around Rex's head, and that's the other end of this club. You see Jason up? They have more spirit than I've seen displayed in a while. And Starks gets a tee now to compound things. And this isn't the way you want to start the second half of your season if you're a Knickerbocker.
And you know, Oakley started by pushing him away, and then nobody followed up on it, and Starks was he was intent.
But you have individual responsibility.
Yeah,
I mean, if you the arm was around the head, that's not basketball. It doesn't help your club. They're running a screen down for you and a jump shot. So you don't even want the ball in the post area. And then getting after the official.
Doesn't help yourself. That's why, I mean, his positive presence is so important.
Oh, he's a great talent. It's doing it consistently.
Here's Bo. And the rebound pulled down by the hammer. Knocked away from him and taken by Hubert Davis. 4.5 left first half. Nets by 20.
Nice job by Durr. Look at this double. On the step through. I don't know who they give it to. They give it to Mo?
Yep. Mo's got his third foul.
Pleading his case. Excellent job getting back, though. I mean, that's what's been most impressive. No open floor. Now, initially, you think Ewing's in great shape. Look at Durrick gets back, and now the pin now. First Edwards, and then Mo coming a little bit bigger to assist. And right here, the reach in.
They got it on Chris. On the Nets, that's their second team foul. 2 team fouls on the Knickerbockers. So Morris will have to sit down again. P.J. Brown back in. Hubert Davis bothered on that shot by Rex Walters. Walters has the high rebound. Rex on the drive. Offensive foul.
Nice anticipation by Davis. Tough one for Rex. Thought he had his guy set up real good. Tar Heel, huh? Speaking about getting in position, you can still be moving, but be in good position.
Kenny Anderson set to come back in. Charles Smith posting up, thinking of a foul on P.J. Brown. So suddenly the Nets with 14 fouls. Kenny Anderson back in. So we mentioned Rex Walters didn't get a point, but ran the point perfectly, didn't turn the ball over. Some very, very valuable minutes. Lloyd Benjamin set to come back in.
Also back in the ballgame for the Nets is Lloyd Benjamin.
He's going to replace P.J.
Notice the exchange now. Gilliam comes off of Oakley, plays Smith. Durrick gets on Oakley, and of course, BB on Ewing. I think they got to get Patrick involved. Nice double.
Try to do, and the Nets have the basketball. Here's Anderson through the lane to Kevin Edwards. A little too hard, and Oakley with the rebound. That was some shot.
Sure was. Over the big guy, too.
Charles Smith.
Kenny again.
Anderson with the defense. That's for 3, and we got a foul.
Almost took Ken Maurer and Charles Smith down with them.
It's Gilliam off the ball.
Kenny got a hand on that post pass before. That time the same kind of assistance. You got to get down and deflect.
going to be team foul number 4 on the Nets, and Charles Smith will inbound. Technical foul called on the Nets. It's on Coleman. By the way, if you haven't heard yet, Sports Channel's second channel is now News Sport, a brand new 24-hour sports news network delivering scores, highlights, and updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll see Nets action, Isles, Devils on News Sport when there's another game on Sports Channel at the same time. Sports Channel's second channel is now News Sport, the 24-hour news network from Sports Channel. So Anthony hits the free throw. He has 6 points. The net lead is 19.
I'm crazy. Benoit Benjamin went over to Derek and said, calm down. Derek gets mad at Benoit. I mean, he's trying to keep him from getting thrown out of the game. It's not a good team. And all of a sudden, you don't want to light this team up. This is a very good basketball team.
That's Patrick's first 2 points. It comes with 3 to go in the half. He sat out 10 minutes of the first quarter with 2 fouls. Coleman. DC got it off. And the rebound, Patrick Ewing. 4:51-34. The Nets by 17.
If the Knicks can really tighten up their half-court D, that's the difficulty. You don't get the free-flowing offense. They've been on a roll.
There's Patrick, and that's his shot. He's hit 2 in a row. And the net lead is 15, 51-36. Chuck Daly wants a 20-second timeout. 6-0 run by the Knickerbockers. Patrick, that baseline jumper of his, watch him here.
It's only a matter of time before he can start lighting up. You got to get him involved. You see that cut without a bump or without anybody presenting himself. An easy opportunity for the Knicks mentally. Momentum swinging a little bit. Their half-court defense is a little bit better than it had been earlier. The Nets don't get the fast break opportunities. Now the difficulty is running your half-court sets in a solid fashion. The Knicks take you out of that, and that's why Chuck's a little bit concerned, and the reason for the timeout get-together.
And with a 15-point lead right now, it was 20. If you're the Nets, if you're Chuck Daly, Brendan Sir, Rick Carlisle, and Paul Silas, you do not want to leave the floor up by less than 10. If you leave the floor up by less than 10, you don't go in the locker room a happy bunch.
Well, you don't have a choice, but I think what you've got to do is continue running and exposing the half-court set, the areas that are vulnerable, and Coleman is one of them. They have not determined how they're going to play him down on the box.
There's Kevin Edwards getting it back to Kenny. That's for 3. A rimmer, and the rebound, Patrick Ewing. 2:28 left in this first half. Here's Patrick.
Taking over.
Big guy on the dribble. Anthony, he'll fire it. Looks good. On the rebound, Coleman has it. Right on line, Anthony's shot. 2:10 left in this first half, and a good half for the Nets, who lead at 51-36.
Checkups for the high pick and roll and little give back.
Good feed underneath to Benjamin from Coleman, and Big Ben has 5.
If you're going to beat double-ups, you've got to cut. Usually Morris is the guy. Great read by Benoit Benjamin, that opportunity.
53-36, 17-point lead, 1:46 left in the first half. Hubert Davis. Here's Patrick looking for 3 in a row. 6 points for Ewing, 53-38. The Nets by 15.
You didn't think he'd be shut out, did you?
Who was that big guy? Where did he come from? 53-38. Great player.
So that's the kind of jump shot you want to get him. Initially, you want the box, and then if you do pick and roll it and flare out. Little piece.
And Oakley has the rebound. The Knickerbockers can cut it down to 13 with 1:14 left in the half.
That time they slide behind the pick and roll.
Comes Anderson on the run. Kenny through the lane, scoops it and puts it home. They get the offensive foul.
The problem with this is you seldom see it called in the NBA that deep. Kenny had some options. Davis picked it up earlier. And right there, they generally wipe it out.
That's not a good call.
Davis hopping as he was in motion. Generally good judgments by Anderson. That was one of them. He had the dish as well, and you know he loves to give it up. You know where the defender is, then you explode to the goal.
So with 2 fouls, Kenny will sit down, and Rex Walters back in with 45 seconds remaining in the half. Do not want to take the chance on Anderson picking up his 3rd foul. 53-38, a 15-point net lead. They led it at the quarter by 10, by 5 that is. They've led by as many as 20 here in the second.
A nice job by Kevin.
Here's Walters. Nice move on Anthony. Rex gives to Kevin, who lays it home. Pretty. 18 points for Kevin Edwards, and the Nets by 17, and they will get the ball back. There's a 5-second differential between that, the game clock, and the 24-second clock.
And Rex went behind. He'll duck in.
Patrick bothered. Rebound. Gillian gives to Walters. 14 seconds remaining. Oh, you got to slow down. Oh, come on.
See, Rex has to control it and not give it to him. That's once you get over half court, slow it down. The Knicks stepping in on a couple of occasions has thwarted the attempts offensively by the Nets. But that's the feel the point guard has to have. Don't give it to a guy to let him make a mistake.
Here's Anthony. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Tries a crazy scoop, and it won't go as the horn sounds, ending the first half. And a great first half for the Nets, who will leave the floor after leading by as many as 20 on the Modell scoreboard. It's the Nets 55 and the Knickerbockers 38.
Nets basketball is brought to you in part by TWA, the most comfortable way to fly.
What does TWA have that other airlines don't? Comfort class instead of coach.
It's through the first 24 minutes as they lead it at halftime by a score of 55-38.
The first of what they hope is many all-star trips.
Generally take good shots and balance the floor, but solid basketball by the New Jersey Nets, exploiting breakdowns defensively, understanding who should get the ball and when to get it, and particularly on the defensive end, recognizing the play call and then reacting to it and pushing people out on picks and rolls, screen downs, any of the rubs, trailing the guy and being in position. So some solid D by Chuck Daly's guys.
And when it was up to 20, and then the Knicks made that little mini run down to 14, did you think it was, at that point, might you have thought it might have been an under 10-point game going on?
Well, very much so, because this is a terrific basketball team, and they're not going to stay down all ball game. That's why you don't like to give them opportunities. You know, the technical foul by Derek, Starks had one, and Derek had one. You just want to, if you've got, keep it quiet. If you're don't disturb them. But we do have some close shave highlights.
Don't awaken
the
sleeping giants, as they say.
An opportunity to get an easy one, and there weren't too many early on the cutting. Charles Smith, as P.J. Brown in particular, did an outstanding job. This is an area where the Nets have to exploit. I think get the big fella involved down on the block. You see assistants coming a little bit late, somewhat neglectful, and the power for the big fella. Kevin Edwards, just an extraordinary job defensively. Getting back in position, stepping in the lane. This one a coast-to-coaster, wire-to-wire. The kiss rewarded. So good, solid D by paying attention. Kenny Anderson got a couple of early fouls. the charge, or first half fouls, I should say, the charge, the slap away in the open court. Here's the step in that, I don't know, got the bench a little bit excited.
The Tri-State Ford halftime statistics, you see the Nets way topping the Knickerbockers by big numbers percentage-wise. The free throw numbers, the Nets with 3 more. They've missed 5, and the Knicks have missed 2. The rebounding total is just about even, but the Knicks have, and they have not been unforced errors. The Nets have forced them into a lot of errors. Some real good, tenacious defense. And the leading scorers in the ball game, first of all, for the Nets, it is Kevin Edwards with 18, Anderson 11, Coleman with 9, and off the bench, Armin Gilliam with half a dozen. Charles Smith leads the Knickerbockers with 7, and Ewing again did not get his first point until 3:20 remained in the half. The 13 points for the Knicks in the second quarter. Oakley and Starks did not score. Anthony had only 1 point, Smith 4, and Patrick Ewing got all his points in that quarter. There you see the leading rebounders, Oakley with 7, Derek Coleman with 6 for the Nets. I think the big number that really sticks out to me, Bill, as I look at it, as we look at Kevin Edwards, the 18 points, definitely, 8 of 11 from the floor. Rex Walters, 5 minutes, 5 assists, and no turnovers. Excuse me, 1 turnover.
Gives Kenny a rest. And the other, he was in position defensively. I mean, they were sliding the pick and roll. He adjusted to that. I mean, just a solid contribution, and Chuck has been looking for somebody to back up Kenny and to do that kind of performance.
Starks, Anthony, the backcourt. Up front they go with Smith, Oakley, and Patrick Ewing. Here is Oakley firing. Patrick went for the rebound. Smith has it, goes up and puts it home.
The Nets got what they wanted, but they just didn't rebound. A lot of motion and back screens by the Knicks.
55-40, a 15-point net lead. We're underway here, second half. Edwards and Anderson the backcourt for the Nets. Benjamin at the center position. Morris and Coleman. Here's Mo, stopping and throwing him for 3. On the rebound, great rebound by Benoit.
If he can assist both on the glass and with some knockdowns, it makes Patrick's job that much tougher.
57-40, here's Starks.
And a good look, too. That's the kind of shot that gets you back on a roll. Little curl play. Some people call it the banana cut.
He was only... that's what it
I wasn't calling you a banana, by the way.
Well, cut it out if you do. Indeed. Benjamin, the block. Benjamin fights for it, and he's tied up by Oakley, and they will jump it up. Just underway here, second half. Watch Benjamin in deep, but good play by Oakley there.
Get a guy the ball down there. It's usually his ecstasy. A pretty good counter by the Oak.
Oakley and Benjamin set to jump it up. And now will throw it up. Sometime. And the next one to tip.
Good job by Kenny warding off.
Got it and one.
Oh, that's a play of a 10-year vet. The tip back to control it, and then the physical strength and mental presence right here. Now you've got the guy, you're got to keep him. See the body moving in? It's almost like a layup. Ward him off, knock it down, and step to the line.
And Anthony picks up the foul, and Anderson completes the three-point play, and the Nets have extended their lead once again to 18, 60-42. A minute 20 into this third quarter. Here's Starks.
And Mo with a pretty good job fronting.
Smith knocked away. And what a play by Mo. Gets it to Edwards. Nets have some numbers. 3-on-1. Edwards to Coleman. Clobbered from behind. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Anthony picks up the foul. What a play by Chris Morris.
Oh, incredible. Aggressive. First to front, then the hustle to the basketball. And the presence of mind to get it out towards half court, not to throw it near your own basket. And when Kevin finally gets the handle, he gave it to the correct guy, too. And Derek looking for the intentional on that particular play. But how about Derek getting down the floor as well?
He's got 10 points now. That foul on Anthony was his third. And the Nets looking to increase the lead once again to 20. And for the second time tonight, they lead by that margin over Pat Riley's ball club. This time, 62-42.
Nice job by Kevin Edwards denying. He got a little double on the opposite side for Starks.
Here's Starks. He's hit 2 in a row. He gets hot. He changed the ball game around. 62-44.
Kenny played off the ball now. The little staggered double for him.
Eric Coleman off the feet. Edwards. And puts it home.
Responded by trying to help the dribbler. A nice little give back to Coleman.
64-44. That's Ewing's shot. Nice rebound. Tipped away from Oakley, and Edwards has it to Anderson. 20-point net lead with 9:35 left in this third quarter. Bo thought about the three. Lost the ball. 3-on-1. Starks to Smith to Starks.
I thought he was going to lob it up there. Terrific play by Starks. Mo trying to do a little too much then. The extra bounce got him in trouble.
64-46, an 18-point net lead. Mo picked up those 2 early fouls in the ballgame and really hasn't gotten on track offensively. Still has yet to score a point.
Jerry drags both guys a long way.
Down to 5 in the 24. Kevin recognizes. A good one bounce to Benoit. They'll get a foul. Ooh, good play. Nice break right there. Go to the basket and just make some body contact.
Well, he opened up. It was pretty to Oakley with a terrific read. Gets over there and bails the nets out. Now, you just don't stay there if you're a big guy. How about the presence of mind by Kevin Edwards? Nice catchable bounce pass. But the roll to the goal by 0-0. And a little extra gravy on that delivery.
You wake up sore in the morning. Here's Benjamin to shoot 2. 8 points for Big Ben. 65-46. The Nets by 9. The Nets by 19, excuse me. 65 will carry the 1.
Well, if he keeps playing solid basketball, it gives Chuck so many options. They've been forced to play smaller some games early in the year. And now with Benoit, they can stay at home. Just let him play Patrick Ewing.
Half a dozen rebounds, 9 points. Here's Starks. Smith.
Good movement.
Smith has 13, 6 of them here in this third quarter.
That was a little more like the Knickerbockers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Ball around methodically. They beat you down. Kenny fires away.
Snuck that one in. The kid on fire.
6 of 10. Let's make it 7 of 10 for Anderson.
Other disdain for the double.
68-48.
Good job by Edwards again. Starks really quick without the ball.
Smith threw that pick. Once again, Smith is open. Good patience for the Knicks. Rebound pulled down by Benjamin. His 7th of the ball game.
But they look for Kenny. I mean, there isn't even any question who the leader is there?
And you've seen that develop over the last year and a half. Give him the ball. Better things will happen if number 7 out.
Well, you don't need a doctorate to figure that out, right?
Here's Coleman. Got to use the glass. A little short. Ewing with the rebound.
Chris bails him out.
Starks for 3. 10 points for John Starks. And the lead is 17. 7:25 left third quarter.
A more mature John Starks this half. Just playing the game. And they get an offense.
On Ben.
They get 0-0. He may have gotten away with one earlier. We showed that replay where he used the derriere with great impact.
Watch him right here on the left of your screen.
Now they give the option to Kenny, use either side. You can see the late step.
There's Patrick with the jump ball. Ewing with 8 points. The Knicks have scored 5 in a row and cut the deficit down to 15.
And the Knicks are trying to keep Kenny Anderson, cut him off from the basketball.
Morris trying to work on Charles Smith. A block. Here's Starks. Pretty drive by John Starks. And the Knicks are moving in. It's down to 13. Chuck Daly wants a timeout. 6:33 left in this third quarter. The net lead, which had been 20 on the logo scoreboard, down to 13.
Fan number 1. Fan number 2. And fan number 3. Alexander responsible.
Announcing the Dodge President's Week celebration.
Quarter, and the net lead, which had been 20, a 7-0 run by the Knickerbockers. They've already scored 8 baskets in this quarter. They had only 5 in the entire second quarter. Well, the Knicks getting back in the ball game.
Having trouble getting Coleman involved a little.
9 of the 24. Kenny.
Oh, what
the roll.
That's the confidence he has, and Chuck in him. Break down, able to take a guy and elevate with touch.
15 points for the kid, and the Nets by 15, 70-55. Check it, 18 points for Anderson. Here's Oakley.
Oh, Ken Ewing, too.
Oakley's got to take it. That shot's gotten better. Rebound by Ben, but kept the body in front of Patrick. Anderson wants to,
on the pass.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when Kenny went down, the leg just went out. You had to think ankle, but he's all right.
It looked like a slip, unfortunately, but right here, that ability, and he's a lefty that can put it on that right hand. So it's not a, hey, let's play him to the left and force him the other way. He's just dynamite with either hand, and at the end, a pretty good look to DC.
Coleman posting up against Oakley. Good job as Oakley.
Two pretty strong guys.
Derek puts it home. Whoa.
Tom Smith. The old stroker from Bonnie's and the Knicks.
72-55.
Mark it down. Well, you can't open as Benoit did and leave that little post-up guy. He's just automatic.
15-point net lead with 5 minutes even remaining in the third quarter. Hubert Davis set to come into the lineup for the Knickerbockers.
So they double every pick and roll. Pretty good recovery this time.
Here's Mo. Pretty move, but the shot way off the mark. And the rebound, Patrick Ewing to Starks.
And once again, great balance.
That'll count. And Kevin Edwards picks up the foul. And on Kevin, that's personal foul number 3. Starks will go to the line. Greg Anthony leaves. He has 4, and Hubert Davis in the lineup to take his place.
And Starks much more within himself. Knew he could force the issue, had the angle, and Kevin not very happy with it. But it's been his play that's given the Knicks some life here. And he's played in a comfort zone. Just more relaxed. And Charles got to come up with a little offensive set, I think, that lets DC touch it down on that box area. Let them make some decisions.
Well, Starks can cut the net lead down to 13. Those 13 points for Starks, 10 of them have already come here in this quarter. So he is on fire. At 1 for 5 in the first half, and he's 4 for 5 here in the second half. That's Benjamin. That's pretty good position, but good block by Patrick Ewing. Here comes Starks. Knicks can cut it down to 11. To Smith. Oh, blocked by Ben. And Coleman had it. Oh, he didn't want to jump ball. It'll be Coleman and Starks.
He is possessed, though. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen this kind of spunk in Derek's step. Speaking of spunk, how about this one? BB, up big and generally igniting a break the other way. But this is the involvement of Derek Coleman.
And one of the things about this Knicks team, the loose balls, they win the loose balls.
They do.
They're a team that wins it. And tonight, the Nets are doing it.
Sparks is usually the guy that does it. Now, the big thing is where you're going to tip. It's got to be between Morris and Anderson. And now it's got to be between Edwards and Anderson.
Morris and Smith, a little pushing and shoving. DC might try and tip it back to Kenny.
Nice job.
Yep, gets over to Edwards. 4:15 left third quarter. 13-point lead for the Nets. Here's Kenny through the lane. Counted, no foul. Benjamin on the follow.
How about that dribble up.
Yes.
Split the defenders, get it up there, soften up, and Benoit going to the goal.
I just thought I didn't hear the whistle.
Well, there was a bang.
74-59. Here's Davis. Good play. Kevin Edwards with a block. 3-on-2 for the Nets. Edwards takes the middle. Edwards looks. One bounce to Mo. Won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Oakley.
Not a bad choice, though.
Yeah. 15-point net lead. 3:40 left third quarter. Starks for three. An in-and-outer. What a tip-in by Patrick.
He came swarming.
74-61. The net lead is 13. A dozen points for the All-Star, Patrick Ewing.
When he comes like that, you think he's going to bring the scoreboard into the tip. Nice pass.
And finds Coleman. Now we got a foul.
Garrettson's got a foul.
Darryl Garrettson had the foul on the outside. David Jones called the jump ball. Well, watch it.
Extraordinary. The anticipation, no body making contact, and you can put all the lingerie into that funnel. Up big and strong.
P.J. Brown set to come back into the net lineup, but he's going to replace Chris Morris.
Because he wasn't there prior, they're going to let him in now?
At the free throw line, Derek Coleman, shooting two.
So he'll shoot the first, and then he'll come. P.J. Brown comes in.
Don't you feel like you're in Penn Station? Upstairs from Penn Station in New York? The crowd vacillates here. A lot of guys grew up being Knicks fans. They're still not so sure. Their sons aren't so sure. And right now, Spence, a great way to reward yourself after the game, whether you're a Knicks or a Net fan, is with the first pure natural taste of an ice cold Budweiser. Proud to be your boat.
The more and more you hear the cheers for the home team here. 76-61, a 15-point lead for the Nets. Here's Smith. Davis. Patrick.
Good shot. Portions far and go with them. That's what BB did.
Coleman's 8th rebound. 2:54 left third quarter. Nets are up 15. DC for three. On the rebound. Starks will let it go out of bounds. The ball will go over to the Knickerbockers. And we get a timeout on the Mogo scoreboard. The Nets up by as many as 20. Lead it by 15. 76-61.
LA Tech Leap Gear.
And participate in the shootout. Each monthly shootout winner comes back at the end of the year to shoot it out for the grand prize of a trip for four to any place in the world American Airlines flies for 6 nights and 7 days. So take your best shot. Do it with Charlie Brown by signing up for the shootout challenge. Well, Patrick Ewing struggled from the get-go, but he has picked it up, and one of the reasons the Knicks were able to cut it at one point down to 13. The Nets, though, maintaining a 15-point lead.
And when you think it's a nice little segue into what I was going to say, because Patrick Ewing, one thing he has is heart. And Derek Coleman, the last month and a half, has started to show consistently some of those traits that Patrick possesses. I mean, the work ethic he has is something to be emulated by anybody in this league. He was not going to be dormant forever.
And you see the working on his game. Now it's improved the shot in particular.
Underneath. He knew he was going to get some contact. Little dip under. Benoit expecting the jumper. Drew to him.
That's Ben's third. And Patrick with 12 points in the ballgame. Now, he picked up his second foul with 10:04 going by in the first quarter. Sat out the rest of the quarter, so played only 2 minutes in the first quarter. And then played the entire second quarter, but did not get a basket until 3:20 remained.
And he gets his fouls helping out his teammates. He got one swiping on Kenny, if you remember.
Yeah. 1 of 2 for Patrick. And the net lead is 13, set 14, 76-62. Here's Kevin.
Traffic.
It's picked up by Oakley.
A lot of guys stripping, should have been kicked out.
A lot of blue shirts around. We approach 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
2 minutes.
Right, Charles Smith effectively.
Off the ball.
They say no kick. Say it was up off the thigh, so it stays at 10.
10 on the 24. Kick it back. It's it to Smith with 4 on the 24. And putting it home is Oakley, counted in 1.
How about using the clock totally down to 1 second as Oak stood up. Number 4 on Benoit. You think there's contact in this league? Here's the double, the right out. Still able to find the extra pass. Beautiful bounce pass by Smith, and you can see Oak hanging between limbs.
And the Knicks making their move.
Yeah, they are.
It's down to 12, and this would make it 11. It remains 12. One of Oakley with 6 points in the ball game. Norman Gilliam has come in for Big Ben. Benjamin leaving with a 4th foul. 11 points and 9 rebounds.
Stark's an excellent defender, likes to gamble. We might see Kenny beat him with the bounce.
And he counted in 1. Big, big hoop. One more time. And it is back to 14.
You talk about big baskets. Starks trailing after the double up, and Kenny understanding. You see the swipe from behind. Starks never got to the contained position.
And Anderson completes the 3-point play. He has 21, and the Nets up 15. And this is 11 straight games for Kenny with at least 20 or more points.
Key period, and Starks is the point guard. Off his front. Well, behind the back, you've got to do for good reason. I'm not so sure there was one there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're going to use it behind the back, it should be as you go by somebody.
They try to move to the right. Derek cut him off nicely. Kenny finds Palmer, rolls up. DC fires, won't go, and the rebound. PJ goes for it, taken by Starks. Knickerbocker's running. Good one bounce. And Hubert Davis with a pretty reverse layup. Davis with 8 points, and the net lead again is 13. 79-66, under a minute remaining in this third quarter.
That's got a good look for Derek that last trip. You just have to do that consistently against a defensive team like the Knicks. Get it off the floor, another key part of it.
At a 5 on the 24, Gilliam recognizes, through the lane, off the rim, no good. Coleman on the follow, no good. On the follow again, knocked away, and Coleman has it back. Starks got bumped. Pat Riley upset, screaming at Kenny Mauer.
Kenny's got to beat his guy and find the shooter if they come to him. Starks has got to play straight up D, don't gamble.
That shot now anywhere near. 3 seconds to go. 2, Hubert Davis from midcourt. And that'll do it as the quarter comes to a close. The Nets, who led it by as many as 20. The Knicks beginning to make their move. And after 3 on the Modell scoreboard, the Nets by 13.
Shop.
Spencer, Kenny Anderson, of course, made his first All-Star appearance this past weekend in Minneapolis. A story we'll have on an upcoming Nets game is the reaction of his fellow All-Stars to his play, particularly this year. They all raved about his performance. One of the more interesting comments came from Clyde Drexler. Drexler said he reminds him of a tiny Archibald, only flashier. Tiny played on a championship team and, of course, is a member of the Hall of Fame. And if Kenny can have those kind of credentials by the time his career is over, not so bad.
Not bad indeed. You start getting compared with Tiny Archibald, he's a pretty good player. Here's Kevin Edwards. And on the rebound, Knickerbockers lose it.
So they ran something within the offense. Little screen down on either side. Guards being bumped for, and a pretty good look.
79-66, a 13-point lead. Kenny trying to move around on Starks. Starks gets the foul.
So that's a key to the game right there. If Kenny will give it up and then get it back, then he can make a move on Starks. On the dribble, I think John can contain and control Kenny, but give it up, get an angle, get a little motion. Plus, Starks likes to help others.
Rex Walters comes in. Kevin Edwards will get a rest. I would think right now, Kenny might go to the shooting guard position. Okay.
Boy, nice call. You've seen a lot of these games.
Foul. Rex picks up the foul, says Darren Garrison.
Oh. Whoa.
Now, rookie.
Must have lifted the arm. Scouting, huh? Forcing him to the offhand.
There's Starks. He made a good move, and he beat Rex Walters for the spot coming off the pick. He's got 16 now, and the net lead is down to 11.
Now you got yourself a game. You got yourself a game, so you've just got to understand you're playing a really terrific team. Run your sets. Don't rush anything.
Gilliam. Harmon.
Oh, he's stopped. That's his move. Coming across, times it with the bounce, and then the delivery.
8 points for Gilliam, and the Nets by 13 again. Here is Ewing. Starks, fires for 3. An in and outer. And the rebound. Jason Williams trying to save it. Knocked it off Patrick Ewing.
Great play. Come on back, Jason.
Jason.
You can afford better seats than that. He will scrap and compete. And Chuck going from Benoit at 7 to about 6'9" and change. And this one was up for grabs. Good hustle and the presence of mind to bang it off 3-3.
Starks leads the lineup, so the Knickerbockers with Davis and Anthony in the backcourt now.
And Chuck on 1-4, looking to turn the corner and find the shooter.
Rex has the big shot. Jason got it off, and oh!
Nice dish.
3 points for Jason Williams, and the Nets again by 15. Hubert Davis. And the rebound, Jason Williams. And the foul, Patrick Ewing is 4th.
That was a tired foul right there. I don't think he wanted to run back. Take a blow. Interesting, Rex able to dribble with confidence. If he hadn't played out in Cleveland, I don't think he would have been able to do it. This time, the long rebound, and Patrick just taking his little timeout on his own.
Check it, that's his 3rd personal. Picked up those 2 early, and his 1st since then.
Oakley fronting the hammer. Oh, that did a better job on the post pass.
For Davis.
What a release. Great selection.
In complete control while flying through the air and finally releasing it with the left hand.
And you can see both coaches setting up for the last 5 or 6. Nice hustle by Kenny. Timeout he get.
Couldn't get it back, though. And we're going to foul on Kenny.
Not a bad giveaway, though. 2 untypical plays by the Nets backcourt. This one, the deflection by Hubert Davis. And Kenny doing everything to make sure there isn't a breakaway, and that's a real solid, heady giveaway.
So Anderson picks up the foul. The Knicks have the ball. 9:20 left in this 4th quarter.
Good hedge here by PJ. Another release.
Second-year man from Carolina cuts the net lead again, down back to 11. As we approach 9 minutes remaining. Anderson with a floater puts it home. Whoa! You gotta love it.
Oh, your best friend when it comes to kissing.
85-72.
I think he definitely wanted to get PJ on the little grab as Smith tries to post up, screened away by the shooting guard. You look at Davis back on the heels, and right here he picks out glass. He may not have called it, but I think that's what he desired.
Edwards and Coleman back in as Jason Williams and Rex Walters lead. 85-72, a 13-point lead for the Nets. Charles Smith.
Oh, what a break here. Good hustle by Oakley, but he's either going to walk or step on the end line. Amazing how he can get those rebounds. That particular play on a screen away, the Nets switched and made it a tougher shot because the bigger Coleman was on Charles Smith.
8 minutes, 38 seconds remaining. A 13-point lead for the Nets. They've led by as many as 20. The closest the Knicks have been here in the second half, 11.
Chuck, as we all know, likes to ride a guy and feels Kenny can turn the corner. Why not go for it?
Edwards, that's for two. PJ battles and wins the rebound from Smith. Another great rebound by the rookie.
What a plugger.
Anderson, and he's fouled, gone up. Racist.
Save that one. The kid. Oh. Well, they loved it in Queens. This is just miraculous. He's got him right here. And hold on, the little sleight of hand. Save the women and children. Put the purses away. You got to come strong against this team.
Coleman hits the first. 18 points for DC. His first point here in the fourth quarter. The lead is up to 14.
Pretty good foot speed by Dirk to get there, too. He didn't stay outside and count the people.
Nets have withstood every effort by the Knickerbockers to make the big charge. But a long way to go, and Patrick is coming back into the lineup for New York. 8 minutes remain. The Nets by 15.
And there will be another charge now with him coming in.
Anthony to Oakley. Rebound Coleman. Dennis knocks it out of bounds.
On his own.
And you have to think maybe a little tiredness too.
Could be. He has been handling it quite a bit out front. The breakdown dribble from the top. First you play John Starks, then you come with Anthony. So they've been double teaming him pretty good. Two solid defenders.
It's a great game as Kenny Anderson. With 23 points and 10 of 15 shooting. Anthony for three. And a rebound. Oh, long arm. Great shot to come down with that. Whoa.
There is a law, and then there's the long arm of the law.
14 rebounds for Coleman.
And this is the intensity you would love to see the Nets have every evening.
Kenny again.
So
25 for the kid.
So much for that turnover at half court. He'll make you pay for it.
He's real tired, isn't he? And listen to this crowd. Nets lead it by 17.
New Jersey Bell is now Bell Atlantic.
Bell Atlantic really has a nice ring to it.
We're not just the telephone company anymore.
Regular people are going to be able to do all sorts of stuff over their telephone.
Go shopping,
Thanks.
see a movie. It's the stuff that you read about in science fiction novels. We are your friends. We're right in your community.
As opposed to some other companies out there.
We're going to do the same things that we did for our customers before, but we're going to do it better.
This is the beginning of the dream, and the dream is only going to get better.
New Jersey Bell is now Bell Atlantic, the heart of communication.
I am a gracious host, courteous, genteel, and now I'm inviting you for the weekend.
Enter the Baby Ruth NBA All-Star Weekend Sweepstakes. You could win a trip to next year's All-Star Game in Phoenix and hang with moi. For details on how to enter, just call 1-800-WIN-1995 or look for these store displays. Baby Ruth, if it didn't look so funky, it wouldn't
taste so fine.
Baby Ruth, your ticket to NBA All-Star Weekend.
Bart and I are going to make you real happy, right, Bart? Right, Phil. We're going to save you a lot of money. Right, Bart? Right, Phil. How? Whiz Bucks, Bart. Giant size savings from Nobody Beats the Whiz. Giant size savings, Phil? Over $2,000, Bart. TVs, camcorders, computers, audio components, cameras, music and movies. Everything's on sale. Just cut out the Whiz Bucks and save money. Right, Phil? Right, Bart. Whiz Bucks, a giant size way of saying nobody beats the Whiz.
Right here, we're going to take a look at our MCI long-distance shot, and Kenny Anderson's going to fill it up. And a big night for the kid thus far, 11 of 16 from the floor, and he's been right on target with the outside jumper. Our MCI long-distance shot for Anderson, 25 points. He leads all the scores. John Starks with 16, tops the Knicks. Patrick Ewing with 13, Charles Smith with 13.
I got to watch Starks now. Nice little alley-oop for the foul giveaway. Well, a nice play, because you're worried if you're Derek Coleman, you've got to assist Kevin Edwards to get Starks covered. And a nice little step to the goal, and Chuck Daly wanting that to be a free ball up for anybody.
Patrick shoots two.
You never think he had a couple of days off, did you?
No. Well, he's rejuvenated.
Always young at heart.
And let me tell you, it's a pressure-packed job coaching the basketball team on any level. 14 points for Ewing. The net lead is 16. We are now under 7 minutes remaining in this ball game.
You think the church league's tough too?
You're the coach. Just don't take it so serious.
Bunch of bumps on the baseline, and good look again.
The rebound, Patrick hands it off to Anthony. That's with a 16-point lead with 6:40 remaining. Happens against a Knicks team, sometimes you can play well for 42 minutes, and then they tighten up so much that P.J. Brown will pick up the foul, and they make it so difficult for you down the stretch.
Well, they've got a couple of guys who can post up. P.J. trying to get over the top, a little bit of a discard. Hold on to the shirt, make sure it's your size. But pretty good look by Starks down to the post.
PJ's third personal foul. 6.5 remains. Oh, Kevin Edwards had an opportunity. That's a 2-point attempt for Starks. On the rebound, Coleman, as Charles Smith mistimed his jump. He actually got positioned there.
And Derek actually getting up higher than we've seen him in a while. A couple of days off, the big fella seems fresh.
6:15 remains in this fourth quarter. Anderson.
Pretty.
Nice look to the hammer and a block by Patrick. Edwards floating, won't go. Great rebound, Patrick. The outlet to John Starks. Spinning.
The kid is
it won't go, but on the rebound, Anthony put it in.
Starks is amazing. Comes up with some spice in his arsenal.
89-75. The lead is 14. Is open, takes it, won't go.
Now they're going to gamble, let certain guys shoot it.
11 rebounds for Ewing. 5.5 remains. Here's Mason, lost it on a bounce. Uncharacteristic turnovers we've seen tonight from the Knicks on plays like that.
Got to knock it down if you're the post guy somehow. You just see this swarm here as Patrick extricates himself, and this is just so enjoyable to see. I mean, it doesn't go down, but Chuck calls the timeout as we check out that replay. He does give them some spark. John Starks.
Sparky Starks, huh? We'll think about that and get right back to the Modell scoreboard.
Everyone's having a President's Day sale. That's the truth. That's my line.
Ah, but only the Tri-State Quality Ford dealers have 5 of the top 10 sales leaders in America.
Look, there goes one now.
Ford Escort. Always a favorite among the people. Always thousands less than the imports. Now lease one for $179 a month for 24 months with $1,220 down.
Bully, $179 a month? Is that price etched in stone?
See your Tri-State Quality Ford dealer and see for yourself.
Review the game from the Huffman Cruz comfort zone with Matty Laughlin, who will sign autographs, by the way, a specially designed luxury family room setting right in the middle of Nets action. It doesn't say Matty will sign autographs.
I was looking.
You're looking. No, I just ad-libbed that, Bill. Then at the end of the year, one of the lucky fans of the month will be randomly selected as the Huffman Cruz fan of the year, receiving the $5,000 worth of furniture. A nice deal.
And Matty's right
Matty,
here.
Can I have your autograph, Matty? Matty just stepped by. He will give autographs, so you'll see the net bench. John Mertz, the public relations director, in the back. Did you ever have a mustache or a beard?
No.
Well, you saw John Mertz back there. When you have you tend to have a lot of guys develop it. They start tweaking it. And at this stage of the game, John Mertz is in his tweak mode.
Well, right now, I'm sure Chuck is not tweaking it, but when you watch Daly, what they run off a timeout is so sound, generally. Here they run a little high pick and roll.
And Derek had to tip the ball to himself because the way the pass came. And now tries to fire it. He's fouled from behind by Anthony.
Hey, great defensive play, too. I mean, a good read by the Knicks. On the offside, they've got the staggered screen, looking for a jump shot for Kevin Edwards. And right here, you mentioned the tip to yourself, but look at the read now. You don't stay outside. If guy turns his back, he can attack. And Durrett, very fortunate to get to the line.
On Anthony, his 5th foul. Coleman with 20 points in the ballgame. DC had 9 in the first half. There you see the rebounding numbers for Coleman. That's a coach. Once again, the net lead is up to 16 as we approach 5 minutes remaining, 91 to 75.
You've got to get Patrick involved, I think, down in the box. He's got a smaller guy in Derek. What a catch there in traffic.
Anthony, rebound, Kevin Edwards.
You know, it's interesting when you watch teams play. Now, I watched the Knicks live on our off nights, and when Patrick has this kind of a mismatch, generally they'll go right down to it.
They're not doing it now.
No. What I've always loved about him, he just keeps playing, even if he doesn't touch it.
That's the 3. Kenny had it fired up. There were 4 seconds left on the 20-second clock. 4.5 minutes remain. They go to Patrick.
There you go.
Won't go. Who touched it? Oh, great play by PJ. Keep that from going out of bounds.
He is alive. He sees and gets things that most other people just stand around.
7 rebounds for P.J. Brown. Coleman thinking 3. On the double up. Loses control. Fights for it and will get a jump ball. It'll be Coleman and Charles Smith to jump it up. 4 minutes, 7 seconds remain in this 4th quarter.
That's the quick decision you want. You don't take the 3. There's 2 people on you. Bang it to somebody. There's got to be one available.
Smith and Coleman on the tip. A sellout crowd here tonight at the Meadowlands. Derek didn't go up. He wasn't ready for the tip, I don't think.
No. In case when they shoot in control, they have the backcourt covered. They'll tip back.
Starks. Counter had it gone. They say he was tripped by P.J. Brown.
And Kenny Edison trying to keep Chuck from getting the tee. This is a pretty good pinch. And P.J., you see the ability, the will to get through by Starks, but excellent defensive maneuvering by P.J. Brown.
So Starks will shoot 2 with under 4 minutes remaining. For Starks, 17 points. Last time again these teams met, Starks was 6 for 23 from the floor. Tonight, 6 of 15.
And particularly, I think he's been more solid after the first quarter. And here's the full court pressure. You got to post up. Got to get in the middle of the floor. They finally get P.J. Brown there.
Kenny just bobbing and weaving, and Starks picks up the foul. That's his 5th. And the Knicks are over the limit, so it will send Kenny Anderson to the line to shoot 2.
Now, they were in perfect defensive position, the Knicks. And Starks just couldn't get that little area. If he put his foot in the sideline, Kenny has to come in or pick the basketball up. But the slithering ability of Special K.
And he can slither with the best of them. Usually, the use of that adjective is a derogatory one. But in basketball, if you're a good slitherer, that's right. Do a little slithering and you'll be fine.
And the Knicks now obviously want the quick hitters, and the Nets have to cause some difficulties. Make them reverse the ball. Cause some time to go off the clock.
16-point net lead. Held the Knickerbockers thus far to 77 points.
Good.
Anthony for 3.
Good
air
shot.
ball. It'll be net ball.
8 seconds.
Yeah.
And made them run some clock.
But if you have a team down by 16, as you say, and you can force them to take 16, 17 seconds for a shot, you're going to win the ball game.
And then you in turn have to milk unless a real good one shows early.
Coleman against Smith.
It is tough for them to play. Tough catch.
Yeah, try to find Gilliam. Mason comes up with it. Mason, very, very quiet evening for him. Anthony. Smith. And it goes, Charles Smith. with 15 points. His first 2 here in the fourth quarter, though. We have 2:50 left.
And the Knicks had a good chance to get their press ready and did not.
Yeah. Kenny finds DC with a spin. It goes.
Here it is. No. Great use of the rim. A
Here's
little
the
slap
steal
away by Armin.
Gilliam. Armin will challenge Mason and count it in one.
And a little delay, bada bing.
And that's going to do it as the Nets lead it by 18.
Just amazing, huh? Patrick thought he had all of this one, and just using that 10 and athletic ability for the favorable kiss. And check the bada bing. A little delay at the end. Yes.
And Gilliam completes the three-point play. 11 points for Armin, and the Nets by 19 with 2:20 remaining. So the Nets are going to make it 3 in a row over the Knickerbockers, improve to 23 and 24, and the Celtics on Thursday night in Hartford.
I love Patrick, though. He's just calling out the play. He's still involved in this game. I mean, what you're doing is getting ready for the remainder of the season. This is not a good Knick performance, a great net effort. We came out on fire.
Patrick challenges Coleman and puts it home.
Nice reset after the double. Kick it out, get your body down, and then deliver.
98-81. Under 2 minutes remaining. The closest the Knicks came in the second half, 11 points, and Kenny Anderson.
Dick Barnett couldn't say it any better, huh?
That's right.
Fade back, baby.
29 points for the kid. Here's Smith. Patrick looking for 3. Smith. Coleman has the rebound. On both ends of the floor for Derek Coleman tonight. DC 16 rebounds, 23 points.
He is tough for the Knicks to match up with. And it wasn't a case of going to him all the time. It just happened within the focus of the offense.
The largest margin of defeat the Knicks absorbed this year was at 14 points prior to this one. Here's Kenny again. Charles Smith has it. And it's just one of those nights.
Typifies the Knicks night. Great little stutter, just pausing and then blowing by, and John Stark's unable to hold on to the kill.
Good effort from the outset. The Nets came out with a tremendous amount of intensity. Derek Coleman in particular. Kenny Anderson hitting his shots. DC challenging Smith and won't go. Rebound, Patrick Ewing. And Patrick wants to take it himself. Watch it.
Incredible athlete. Let me tell you, they don't make the hearts any bigger than that guy. Non-stop until the bell rings.
He's a great one. Under 30 seconds remain. Coleman, Kevin Edwards for 3. And a little icing on the cake. 21 for Kevin. His first points of the second half. And the Nets lead it 103 to 83. Patrick and DC came right after him. Oh, they elbow each other as the final seconds tick down. That'll do it. And P.J. Brown throwing it the length of the floor. A big win for the Nets. 20 points better than the Knickerbockers tonight, and he's one of the big reasons why. Number 44, Derek Coleman with 23 points and 16 rebounds. 29 for Kenny Anderson, 21 for Kevin Edwards, and the final score as Coleman high-fiving. He's high-fiving everybody. And the Nets win it. Final score, 103-83. Bill and I will be back to wrap it up right after this.
LA Tech Leap Gear, banned by the NBA. Too distracting for the league. Too extreme for the pro game. Well, too bad for them, because Foot Locker's got them. The new Leap Gear, they light when you leap. And the new Light Gear Cross Trainers, they light when you land. The new LA Techs, get them at Foot Locker before we're out.
Since your face can't adjust to your razor should adjust to your face, which is exactly why we designed the Schick Tracer. The Schick Tracer is the only razor with blades that bend and flex to the unique shape of your face. So the Tracer gets in close for a clean, comfortable shave. And since you can't change your face, maybe you should change your razor. Schick, we're changing the face of shaving.
In an age of anonymous luxury cars, a Jaguar remains defiantly individual. Because Jaguar has a design philosophy that doesn't change with the wind. For details on the new Jaguar Dream Lease, see your local dealer.
I try to ignore my sensitive teeth, but hot and cold foods hurt.
That's why dentists recommend Sensodyne toothpaste to help stop pain and build protection against future pain every day.
Thanks, Sensodyne.
Trust Sensodyne, the dentist's recommendation for sensitive teeth.
Sports Illustrated's top swimsuit models tell it like it is. Wow.
It's very demanding work, but that keeps it interesting.
Wow.
There I was in the middle of Hong Kong in a bathing suit.
Come home, baby. It's all in good fun.
The first time on network television. Wow.
What I like the most? Traveling.
So tough. Somebody's got to do it.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit this week on ABC.
If you demand more from an aftershave than alcohol burn,
that Kenny Anderson came up with the big hoop. They got within 11, boom. Kenny hit a basket. They got within 13. Kenny Anderson hit another basket. You were pretty much of a groove, young man, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I was feeling it. I knew the first quarter I came out, I wanted to hit my shots because the 4 days we had off, I was a little nervous going in there that I wouldn't hit the jump shot. But in the beginning, I hit four in a row. I felt good, so I knew it was going to continue.
What about the intensity of this whole team right from the start? Derek, yourself, Kevin Edwards at the get-go.
Yeah, everybody was focused today. We wanted this win because we had that 4 days off, and we didn't want to come in sluggish.
You and Anthony were going at it early in the game, and then you got Starks, two tough defenders, and yet you were able to either penetrate and dish or make that jumper.
Yeah, it's a physical game out there when we play the Knicks because that's how they play. So we had to match their intensity, and I think it's no bitterness. We just want to come out and play hard.
You like to play this New York team, don't you?
Yeah, I get picked. I get boosted up because they're supposed to be the #1 team in the East, and we feel that we can play with them.
Okay, now the crowd, the response of the crowd. Bill and I were talking about it. There's still a lot of Knicks fans who come here. Do you feel it's switching over a little bit? You hear the crowd. Everybody hears the crowd, don't you?
There's still a lot of Knicks fans out there, but they come over from the city, and we just got to go out and play hard and just forget about that. But
what I'm saying is that more and more Net fans seem to be here.
Yeah, they supported us tonight, and I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Tammy. She had to go out to LA. She usually come here every game and give me support. She's not here, so she said we was gonna win tonight. So I guess she was right.
You got a
tape of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got a little bit of a dilemma now because when you first come into this league, you beat people with the dribble. Now you're shooting the Dick Barnett fade back baby. Which one are you going to go to?
I'll hit my shot now. When I came in the league, I wasn't shooting the ball very well. And the last 11, 12, 13 games, I've been shooting the ball very well. So now I got the opponents on their heels, so I can penetrate, do whatever, drive. And it's just right now I'm in my comfort zone. So hopefully I can continue this into the second half of the season.
You talked about getting to 500 before the All-Star break. Now the opportunity exists again Thursday night against the Celtics.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We play the Celtics down in Hartford, but I think the team is. We know we got to make this run for the playoffs. Got 35 more games left. We just got to come out and play like we played tonight. If we could do that throughout 48 minutes every night, we'll be good.
You know, you got to take Daly to the All-Star game with you. You get a lot more minutes, walk home with an MVP, huh?
Yeah. We just had to win a lot of ball games first half of the season, and we didn't do that. So, I had fun down the All-Star game. It was a great experience for me, and something I'll never forget.
Congratulations, Kenny. Great job
You're going to have a few more trips there, I think. I'm pretty sure of that, Kenny.
Hopefully one more, so I don't know.
One more. Modesty becomes you. Okay, big night for Kenny Anderson. 29 points as the Nets win it by a score of 103 to 83. Thanks to Kenny Anderson, and we'll get back.